I have a very experienced crowd here. Okay, now, so this is the question. Yes, now, easily you just bump to anyone on the street. You ask them, have they invested before? Yes. Have stocks? Yes. So a lot of people invested in a lot of things before. Okay. I think nothing new here. But then the next question probably is going to hit some of your. Do you know your annual returns? So you have invested in so many things. Do you know that how much are you making from this investment? And more important question here is this. Does it help to achieve your financial goal? Okay. I realize that, a lot of people say, yes, I invest. Then I ask, okay, at the end of the day, all this investment, where does it lead you? Okay, then they're, yeah, good question. And in fact, today I just have a conversation. I said, yeah, you invest so many things. So how do you actually invest? They say, try lor. I also don't know. Okay, every time got new product, I just try lor. Then I asked her, okay, so eventually, did your money grow or not? And yeah, she don't really give me a good answer. Okay, thank you so much, Warren. What returns? Okay, so here is the thing that we actually really want to address today. So in fact, today we just want to address this simple point. Okay, yes, you invest, but does it, your investment at the end of the day, does it help to achieve your ultimate financial goal? So just this very simple point that we actually want to address today. Now, like I said, I'm an investment trainer over the past 11 years already. I specialize in retail investors. Every year I speak to easily tens of thousands of investors through various webinars and so forth. And when I actually get to talk to them, most of the investor, they actually want this financial freedom. Okay, it can come in different languages, it can come in different description, but I would dare say that this word is very likely to summarize most of what investors want. And what is financial freedom? Basically a state whereby the passive income can cover the expenses, and of course don't have to work and can live happily ever after. So that is what financial freedom is. And yes, most investors want that. Okay, but the issue here is this. They want this, but they are not doing exactly things that help to achieve them. And this is what we actually want to address. Really, we believe that yes, to achieve financial freedom, you don't just need to focus on stock pick. You also need to have this thing, what we call the portfolio construction strategies to help you to achieve this goal of financial freedom. Okay, now, so what is portfolio construction strategies? So what do you mean by that? So in fact, this portfolio construction strategies can be summarized in these 3 points. Number 1, be very clear on the objective. Understand exactly what financial freedom means to the point of numerical terms. Okay, later I will actually give you one example. So a lot of people say, I want to be financially free, then ask them how much to be financially free. They don't know. So we actually definitely need to have a clear understanding of what financial freedom means. Okay, then of course, to achieve financial freedom, very likely we cannot just depend on one instrument. Each instrument has their pros and cons, and so far I don't see one instrument that can help us achieve financial freedom. We will need to allocate across different instruments so that we can achieve the financial freedom we want. And then we have to create investment systems to help us do regular investment. And of course, regular investment in all these different instruments, and eventually achieve the financial freedom. And this is what we mean by portfolio construction strategies. A lot of people are still very focused on stock picks. Okay, oh, today crypto good, I buy this. Then I buy today, sell tomorrow, or buy today, sell 1 week later. make money, sell, lose money, keep quiet, but eventually, it's not coordinated. End of day, yeah, down here make money, down there lose money, net don't have anything. Okay, there is no very specific goal. So this is what I try to say here. We cannot just focus on stock pick. We cannot just focus on one particular instrument. We need to have a portfolio construction strategies comprising of understanding what we really want, financial freedom, okay, how to allocate among different instruments, and eventually how to create investment systems, okay, to help us achieve the objective. So after this, we need to put in terms of the portfolio value. So to generate $7,000, how much should be your portfolio be? What should be your portfolio size be so that you can actually generate $7,000 per month? Okay, so I believe I can actually generate a return of about 6%. Okay, I can generate a return about 6%. So basically, I just work backwards, 7,000 per month. Okay, 1 year will be 7 times 12 will be 84,000. And I just take 84,000 divided by 6%. Okay, which means to say, if I have investable assets of 1.4 million. Okay, if I have investable assets of 1.4 million, and this 1.4 million can generate 6% dividend, or you call it payout per year, I will be getting what? $84,000 per year, $7,000 per month, and I will be financially free. So if you want, you can just do a simple mathematics. 6% of 1.4 million, you get 84,000. 84,000 divided by 12, 7,000. So this is how you should define your investment objective, or this is what you actually mean by understanding financial freedom, not just in qualitative terms, but in terms of numbers. What is the exact number you actually need to achieve? Okay. Then obviously I will depend on REITs and shares. So these are the two instruments that are very good at giving dividends. So like for example, REITs, and depends on how you do REITs. I'm actually doing a little bit more risky. I'm doing margin on REITs. My dividend can even go up to 9-10%. Okay, even if you don't do margin, you can actually go like your dividend easily up to 6 to 8%. So I will probably depend on this for quite significantly for my passive income. Shares also. So SGX, even today, you want to get stocks, dividend, 4%, 5%, 6%, even their non-REITs, highly possible, is still widely available. Okay, so in fact, most of my money will actually be here when I retire, and that is the dividend. I'll be using actually that dividend to help me, give me that passive income, to help me to be financially free. Okay, now, so of course, as we all know, life is not always sunny. The market has its up and down. So it's always very important to balance it with things like endowment annuities. Okay, so what are annuities? So annuities is basically an insurance product. You give the company one lump sum, and they actually give you a monthly or regular payout. Okay, the returns are not fantastic, maybe 2%, 3%. Okay, but then it's more guaranteed. As long as the company is there, okay, you will get this payout. So to be a very prudent investor, you should have a good mix. You can't really say that, yeah, don't worry, I have REITs, I have shares. Like for example, in 2020, okay, the REITs market dropped, the share market dropped. Okay, so the dividend can be affected. And so, yeah, it's always good to have the balance, to have passive income coming from different sources. So this is the reason why we actually need a portfolio. We cannot simply depend on each individual product to actually give us the passive income. Okay, so that is not all. To be very comprehensive in financial freedom, we also need protection. We also need protection. Again, a very good example is what happened in 2020. COVID, stock market dropped, and unfortunately, my job was actually impacted. So as you all know, I used to stand on stage and speak to people. I was in 2018, 2019. So sometimes I was even invited to give talks to like 1,000 people live, and all those have to stop. So obviously, my job was impacted, and luckily, I have some emergency fund parked here. Okay. And if I have to utilize, I could. Okay. So financial freedom, we cannot just always think the bright side. You also have to think in terms of protection. Okay, now, so some people actually may think that what you take 20 years to achieve financial freedom, that is too slow, okay, and you are willing to take certain risk to help you to expedite the process, which I do, okay, of course, in a smaller portion, okay. So like for me now, my funds down here is easily about 70% of my investable asset down here. So about 30% I actually put in growth instrument, whereby yes, at this point in time, they may not be giving me the passive income. Okay. But if things goes in my way, I can actually enjoy capital appreciation, and eventually I can accumulate my 1.4 million faster. So like, for example, I buy into things like growth shares. Shares may not be giving me very good dividends, but they have potential for growth, or things like ETFs. Okay. I am actually into some US-based ETF, which again, if things goes your way, can grow very well. Later, Jimmy can talk about it. But of course, we also have to accept the risks. Okay, like for example, crypto. Okay, I'm also into crypto. Yep. So this is the part whereby, as the name suggests, high risk, high return. If this thing go in my way, I probably don't need 20 years to achieve financial freedom. And of course, if you don't, then it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's the amount I can lose, and I can still depend on here to get me my financial freedom. Okay, so this is what we mean by portfolio. Okay, portfolio. Everything you buy, there must be a very clear reason for it. We don't buy because it's try. Or put it very bluntly, a lot of people say, why you buy this? Make money, no? So everything also make money. So why this particular instrument? This is what I'm trying to say here. Okay. And obviously income. I have been building my dividend portfolio. So this is from a mixture of both stocks and REITs. And yes, I've been getting very steady dividend from my stocks and REITs as per what you see here. At the same time, eventually I've actually entered into an endowment annuity product. Okay, so this is actually going to start paying me a regular payout from when I am 60 onwards. Okay, 60 onwards, I'm actually going to get a regular payout from the insurance company. And of course, CPF, okay, it's actually quite interesting. From 65 onwards, I'm actually going to get this amount. Okay, so again, it's a very important to understand the whole CPF structure and how do you maximize it, especially that we have no choice, we have to use it anyway. Okay, so every year, slowly and surely, I'm actually getting closer to my $7,000 per month passive income. And this is what portfolio construction help you to. Okay, it's no longer just about, well, I buy this stock tomorrow, make $10. I buy that stock tomorrow, make $20. No, it's about eventually we do all this. Where does it lead you? Okay, how is it all helpful?
ETF. And this is the kind of typical ETF portfolio that I can construct with 100% ETF only. So let's say if I'm looking into a region of between 8 to 12% growth, typically I would categorize and split the ETF into 4 main themes, right? Number one, since I'm living in Singapore, I will put 20% on STI ETF, that's 20%. I'm interested in some what we call the fixed income, like what Emin has said. I will put 20% of those in REITs. And because I am participating in the growth, this blockchain ETF potentially could give me 50%, 60% per year, during the growth stage, because blockchain is still at their infancy, and I foresee there is multiple growth on this. So I'm going to put 30% weightage on this blockchain ETF. And finally, surely I would have to put 30% with S&P 500. So all these, a very simple portfolio like this will more or less will give me somewhere between 8 to 12%. Even if the blockchain would not perform with the S&P, with the STI, with the REITs, I'm pretty sure I will be able to do about 8% over there. So the blockchain thing, when it comes to good year, it may even go, like for example, 50% growth, 60% growth, then my growth portfolio will probably in the region of about 20% as well. But let's stick it to 8 to 12% based on this. Now, where am I going to get out of this portfolio? Is the correct way to look at things is that, Emin just now has mentioned something which is really, really good. It's not about stock pick. Stock pick is like a probability, in one way or another. You can do all the FA, your TA, your analysis and things like that. But I'm yet to know somebody who's able to pick, 10 stock out of 10 that will continue to, propel forward. So tendency is that you will have to, you're going to lose some and discount things. So anyway, my point here is this: with a portfolio of such, the example that I showed you earlier on, if we do $1,000 per month and we invest on a regular basis, regardless of the market up or down, we just do it accordingly. Then over a 10-year period, that will be 1,000 multiplied by 12. That's 1 year multiplied by 10 for 10 years. Your total investment cash outlay is going to be $120,000. But then again, with a 12% growth, which is in between 8 to 12, or even maybe more than 12, I take a high side. Then that accumulations is going to turn up to be $221,930. So as you can see that if this growth comes in, it will actually shorten the period of time, to accumulate wealth. So if you are planning for a 65 years old retirement and with a growth component, especially if you have a high, and strong growth component in it, and you may achieve your financial freedom at the age of, let's say, 58.
Doing a lot of researches. For a retail investor, how do I define a retail investor? Someone with a day job, and probably maximum you can spend only about half a day per week to look at stock market. The best chance for us to make money in investment is actually this thing, what we call creating investment systems for regular investing. Okay, creating investment systems for regular investing. So now what is this investment system? Okay, to try to phrase it in words, these are basically step-by-step process to help us select counters and allocate funds. So basically we have all these rules to help us select counters, to help us decide how much funds should we actually invest this month or this period. And we want to go through this process on a regular basis. Okay, like for example, what you see on the screen here is my investment system for REITs. Okay, so this is what I do for REITs. So this is what we actually like to offer you today to join our portfolio construction program. And in our program, there is 3 main components. Okay, number 1 here is this, we would like to provide foundation training so that everyone who actually join our community, we have the same background, same learning background. And obviously this foundation training is on portfolio construction strategies, and no need to say. we will actually go through a very detailed session on how to set investment objective. What does financial freedom mean to you? Or how do you actually define your investment objective to your numbers? Okay, so it's clear. Okay, everyone actually should know where exactly the investment path should lead them to. Okay, then we have 5 separate sessions, as you can see here. Okay, all this is actually on creating investment systems in each different instrument. So of course, creating investment system for fixed income, for stocks, for ETF, and for REITs. Okay, so you will learn how all the step-by-step guide, okay, that we actually go through on a regular basis, and for me, most of them on a monthly basis, how I actually go through to select stocks and eventually build, okay, that portfolio. This is talking about 10 hours of solid training, 10 hours solid training. And with them, you actually just basically walk away with very clear recipes. Just like, for example, today, my wife actually made some bread, and my friends actually like it very much, and you can just get the recipe, and very likely they can actually also do it on themselves. So this is the first part of our program. We don't think this is enough, because we do understand that, okay, a lot of people attend course, okay, maybe they could accept 20, 30, even best is 40%. So like I said, end of the day, we really want to, how should I put it? We see you as you lah. Okay, we only find ourselves successful only when you are successful lah. So even after a course, we don't think it's enough for you. Okay, we actually want to speak to you. So 2 of us, myself and Jimmy, will actually have a 1-hour private online session with you, okay, to actually go through your objective, okay, and of course answer any questions you have, and really help you to see okay, which are the investment systems that is most suited for you. So we have done quite a few sessions, actually quite interesting. Probably help those people who attend save some money. Okay, like for example, we will look at in one particular cases, we realized that this person has been having too much insurance, overinsured. So we actually give suggestions of how she can reduce the insurance premium. So certain of our participants is like overly invested in certain instruments like crypto or ETF. Okay, so we actually highlight to them, okay, make sure that they are not taking too much risk, so on and so forth. So this is this 1-hour session, basically with the information I have, how best it will suit you. Okay, please take note now, this is not an investment recommendation session. Please, we are not here to tell you, oh, go and buy DBS, go and buy UOB. No. Okay, we are not here for the short term, we are here for the long haul. We are here to set up the structure for you. And again, we still don't think this is enough. We actually have this financial gym whereby we'll meet once a month. Okay, we'll come together. Like I said, now, okay, this year round, we have about 30 plus people in this gym. It started in 2019. Of course, during pre-COVID, it was a little bit more fun. We meet up physically. It's really like friends coming together, learning together, make money together. Okay, so every month we meet up, we discuss about instruments, current affairs. Okay, things change, I'm quite sure you know. Okay, like for example, now this year we probably have to talk about metaverse. What is metaverse? How do we actually get involved? Okay, we may not need to invest, but we probably want to have understanding. Okay, and then like for example, okay, interest rate is going to go up, so what should we be doing? We have a once-a-month meeting to discuss on that. We now and then we try to get invited speakers, because definitely myself and Jimmy, we don't have all the knowledge. We have a pool of friends, each expert in their own area, and yes, they are very happy to come in and share. We learn a lot from them as well. We actually have this portfolio game to make sure you don't just come and learn then do nothing. So basically every session, end of the day, we will narrow down to, like, for example, for REITs, we just done one session yesterday. For REITs, we will narrow down to 10 REITs. Then you will have to choose among these 10 REITs, what will you be buying? Of course, this is virtual lah. Okay, just a game. Okay, what will you be buying with some virtual money? And we will track your performance. Okay, more for learning purpose. And we'll see that, hey, over time, okay, with your thinking process, okay, is it going to make money or lose money? Then I think that is the best way to learn. So of course, like for example, next one, we actually do on stocks. Same thing, we'll narrow down 10 stocks. Then you will, from a 10, you choose. And we see how. So whoever win the portfolio game, by the way, win prizes. Okay, so this financial gym, we of course also have a chat group, okay, whereby you don't have to wait for the meeting to ask us questions. Any point in time can ask, and of course, when there's certain event happening, we will come out and give our friendly advice. Okay, like for example, this was last year, when suddenly STI I think dropped by 70 points or 3%. Wow, everyone's panicky, and okay, we actually come and say, hey, Chotomate, relax, so no need to panic sell. In fact, it may be a good time to buy. And of course, for those who took this advice, they will be actually quite happy right now. Also, this is what the financial gym does. Okay. So this is what financial gym is, and let's hear from feedback from participants have been in this group for at least a year. I must say that serve as a good influence how I should look into my financial planning. I like how some jargons are explained in layman's terms, so that it's easier for everyone to understand them. Okay, there's also a WhatsApp group where we could ask questions after class, and of course, myself and Jimmy would share latest news information. So enjoy special segment whereby there will be special guests invited to our class every month. So, so one of the reasons why is on wheel planning, which many of us may not pay attention to due to misconception. So basically, there's always something new to learn in this group. And if you are not a finance professional, okay, you can actually use skill futures. Skill futures to actually attend this program. Also, this is how robust this program is. Basically, a government organization has accredited this program, okay, and such that it's available for grant. You can actually use skill futures credit to attend this program. Okay, so think about this $980 program. Now, number one, we are actually giving offers at $680, and let's assume that you are using skill futures. You are paying $180. Okay. 10 hours training hours, speak with not one but two industry practitioners, and very likely, okay, join financial gym, and very likely own a portfolio that secure your financial future. $180. Okay, that's why I hate to do it, but actually it sounds really cheap. Okay, so this is what I offer to you. Hopefully you see this something useful, and I really hope that together as a group we can construct winning portfolio together. Okay, that's all I have, but of course we are going to Q&A. If you can do stay back, so let's have a little discussion before you go. I just want to leave you with this statement. So investing, it has always been a team sport. Don't be left out. So no matter how good you are in doing analysis, no matter how good you are in investment, you cannot beat a team. Okay, like for example, today, just by the WhatsApp group, before I read in a newspaper what happened, I already receiving information on the WhatsApp already. Okay, sometimes not by us, so in our group, you have a lot of people, some people have more time, they can actually capture news very fast. Okay, and of course, as a group, like for example, certain people see certain issues whereby you may not see them. Okay, and when we discuss, you actually learn. Okay, so why you actually want to play a team sport individually? Okay, that's my point here. So I'm actually quite thankful. Again, I've been investment trainer for the past 11 years. I have formed quite a few investment groups, some for my stocks, some for my real estate, and of course, this financial gym group, we call it a financial gym group. We have started in 2019, and this is our third year, correct? 19, 20. Also, sorry, this is our fourth year already. 4th year in this group. So yep, hopefully you can join us. Okay, these are the details to find more, and of course to register. You can scan on the QR code, and my colleague Raymond has already pasted the link onto the chat. Okay, so these are the details. Okay, so for the foundation program is online webinar. It's going to happen on 19th and 20th Feb, which is next Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so for day 1 is 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Okay, day 2 is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, so these are the dates for this month. We don't do this monthly. Very likely the max is like once every 2 months. And to really show that we are interested in you, we are interested in helping you, we are capping the number to 10 packs only. Okay, so we are not here just trying to sell information. No, okay, you learn good, you don't learn that much, your person no. So that's why we actually only cap at 10 packs. Okay, you know, eventually we are going to spend time doing that one-to-one with you. So there's no way we can take up so many people. So we're actually quite strict on 10 packs. If let's say we have a good problem, we have more than 10, okay, sorry, then you have to join us for the next run. Okay, we want to make sure we can deliver it properly. So only 10 packs, and we're actually quite strict on that. Also, for those who think that this is something for you, hopefully you can take action now, join us, and you know, create your portfolio together. Okay, okay, one more last freebie before we go to a Q&A. So we would definitely like to have some feedback for today's session. Okay, so if let's say, for example, you think that this is something for you, all we need you is to register your interest today. Or okay, to be fair, the next 24 hours, okay, register your interest within the next 24 hours. Okay, how you register interest? You just by scanning the QR code, or either that click on the link, register interest. You wouldn't be asked to pay. Okay, you wouldn't be asked to pay. All I need is if you can register interest within the next 24 hours, and if let's say eventually you confirm the program with us, I'm happy to give you a physical copy of my book. So I actually have written this book called Create Wealth Accumulation System to be financially stress-free. Also, this is the exact same portfolio construction strategies, okay, that I have mentioned so far. So this book for you, this book is for you, okay, autographed. I will autograph it for you, okay, physical copy, sent to you if you can register your interest within the next 24 hours, okay. Like I said, register interest on the pay, and if eventually confirm, okay, we'll be happy to send the book to you.